Hello again, YouTube community. More videos for shadow banning, but I still do them. Anyway, this is the Truth Man. The channel is no matrix, no simping, all subjects channel, and I want to give you some reasons some reasons as to whether or not you should stay in your marriage. Now, and kids ain't one of them, because what you could do is, if y'all have y'all differences, y'all just probably need to go y'all separate ways. If y'all, that's why they call it irreconcilable differences. And I'm going to get into some of those. Kids is not a reason to stay in a marriage. You wake up, you're 73 years old, you done spent, you done got you some 7 times in 35 years. No, don't do that. No. Hold on one second. Why my seatbelt is doing this all of a sudden? I'm on the freeway.
In a quarter mile, take exit 40B for Watertown Plank Road.
But I want to talk about this. This is important. So, we'll number them later. Reasons why divorce is inevitable.
48B, then keep left at the fork to continue on exit 48.
My goodness, I hate when that happens. Just ignore the GPS. This is important. This is important. The first reason why divorce is inevitable is adultery. You're dumb.
On exit 48.
You're a dummy if you stay with somebody that cheated on you physically, like.
Continue for 2 miles.
And I talk about the actual process of having sex. Sex is a process. It's a process. It's deliberate. It's always deliberate. There's no, oh, I didn't mean to do it. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, it's deliberate because it's a process. You start out with emails, texts, comments, flirting. Then it ends up sometimes with pictures, with phrases where you're letting the person know how you get down. Like women will use words to describe a man's anatomy or what happens before or during sex. Like, and sometimes they'll do it in his language. Like, if he doesn't speak, like these things happen. Emotional affairs are cheating, basically. Like, I would say with the emotional stuff, though, you just have a decision to make. But physical, never stay with somebody that physically cheated on you as a man. You're a man and she got rocked, especially if he's more endowed than you. Like, you're cheating yourself. Especially if he dug your wife out. Like, opened her up. You're cheating yourself. Like, why bother? Like, you being a little punk, really. You're being a punk. So, adultery is number one. And adultery is number one, of course. Number two is weaponizing sex. Weaponizing sex, as I call it. What is weaponizing sex? Weaponizing it is when you use it as forms of manipulation. When you get upset with somebody, you scale back. When you're happy with somebody, you do it. You weaponizing it. Another way people weaponize it when they need a drink to do it. Like, why would you even... Listen. I'm going to help families all across the world to understand when your relatives get divorced and why they get divorced. Why they get divorced. You say, well, you probably shouldn't be doing these videos while you drive. Perfectly fine. Like, I'm watching. But, excuse me for my thumb, too. When the thumb gets in the way, you gotta excuse that. But, real quickly, Like, just moving on. I'm gonna try to sum this up in about 2 minutes. So, when you weaponize sex, which means when you do what's called a
In 1,000 feet,
sexless
turn left
marriage.
onto Harmony Avenue.
A sexless marriage. Give me 1 second. 1 second here. A sexless marriage is basically a marriage that has sex so small amount of times in terms of frequency that it might as well be without. It's sex less. I mean, it's less sex than if you were single and you were like out here, you know, doing your thing. It's basically less sex. So, green light now. That's why that term is used. Less sex. Like, you shouldn't, as a married man, be getting less action than you did as a single man. And kids are an excuse. Like, they're not an excuse. Like, drop your kids off somewhere. They're not an excuse for
Turn left onto Harmony Avenue.
unenthusiastic performances. They're not an excuse for not having performances. Because women are say a guy
In 800 feet, turn right onto West State
why
Street.
is this thing still? I turned it all the way down. But anyway, women will say quick, a guy has ED. Me personally, from what I researched about that sort of thing, because I was hearing people at work, hearing all these people saying this, I said, I just don't believe it. Because some of the people they were saying had it,
Turn
I'm
right
looking
onto
at
West
them
State
like,
Street.
this dude is aggressive. Like, he's aggressive. So what does she mean? He
Continue on
has
West State
ED.
Street for 1 mile.
I gotta do this. Hold on. Goodness gracious. What does she mean by he has ED and this guy is aggressive? And then in some cases, the person that they say had it, the women at his job certainly don't think so. So I'm looking at you and wondering what's going on with you. Are you being disrespectful? Are you not doing the events that lead up to the activity? Are you using it against him and he done got used to you trying to use it against him? Like, what's really going on with you? I wonder these things. So that would be another reason. Next, I would say this overly disrespectful conduct, behavior. Like, if you are, like, for instance, if you are being criticized more than you're being complimented, and when you visualize the things you do and don't do fairly, but you're being criticized more than you're being complimented, that's another reason. It's like a reason for you not to waste time, for you to move on and either be by yourself or with somebody else. Let her be by herself or with somebody else. I think a mistake that women make is they think that a guy wanting to bang them is the same as he's going to step in and love them. Rarely happens. Like, it rarely happens. In fact, I would question any guy that would even marry or try to be in a relationship with a divorced woman without trying to figure out why she got divorced. Like, he has a character flaw. I would say the next thing is division. Differences in vision. Like, you want to do one thing, she wants to do another. If she's going to be your wife, your vision is her vision. And everything she does is supposed to be ran past you. If she has her own vision, she doesn't need to be your wife. She needs to be your ex-wife. I mean, that's just all it is to it. She needs to be your ex-wife, not your wife. She's doing these things. Like if she committed adultery, like even if some dude took his fingers and, you know, touched, we're going to just say, or if she went all out with it, or she, like I say, she don't want to do that with you. Let me tell you something. That means she wants to get down and dirty with somebody else. That's what that means. Let her do it. But see, where these women mess up and why God be judging women sometimes is they'll have all of these things built up in their mind. But they'll want to take your money with them in divorce. Like just because something is permissible in the United States doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. If you're doing something evil because it's permissible in the United States, like it's evil for you to be the cause of your relationship demise. And then you basically take alimony and child support. No, give him his kids. Unless he agrees for you to do it. And move around. Like, make your own way. Because, you know, he's supposed to provide and protect you. You didn't want him to do that. So why do you want his provision in divorce? That's how evil these people are. I'm telling you, man. That's how evil they are. And me, I wouldn't be a prophet if I didn't tell the truth. All these preachers is fake. Because they taking women's side. They not telling the truth about these issues. We'll get back to it, though. Excuse me for my GPS and all the distraction. But I wanted to talk to you about that. And I want to upload this video today. Because a lot of guys are being tormented, literally, by their wives. By her inactivity, so on and so forth. This is The Truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. I will do one more extremely short video and a few, and then I guess I'll see the rest of you tomorrow.